Okay, what mistakes did I make trying to start the ZDoggMD thing? Well, the first mistake you can make is trying to get too involved in technicalities. Don't worry about it. In fact, the best thing you can do is find somebody who knows what they're doing and just get them to help you. Online, the beautiful thing about social media, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, blogs, is that you're going to meet like-minded people, even doing medical stuff, and they're going to teach you. I met a guy who runs a blog called lifeinthefastlane.com. His name is Mike Cadogan. Unbelievable. He pretty much designed my website, helped me with all the social media stuff. Just, it was amazing. I learned a lot about video stuff and everything from reading online forums. And so don't hesitate to go out and get help, because if you don't do that, I spend a lot of time wasting time setting up a Blogspot account and trying to put Google ads everywhere. And it was a waste. The second thing you got to remember is you're not going to make a ton of money doing what you're passionate about right away. And that's, that's okay. And so, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have all these viewers and it's going to be so great. And, it took a while really to build up viewers and subscriptions and Facebook fans and all that. It takes time, and it's still taking time. It's a work in progress. If it's something you love to do, it will happen and you'll keep doing it and you won't worry about those things. The other thing is, don't let too much cynicism sort of sneak in. You always want to remember you have a personal brand and you're always trying to kind of keep that image intact. You don't want people to think you're a jerk or overly cynical or whatever. So if you're commenting on forums or you're doing things like that, like I'm very pro-vaccine. So I find myself often arguing on forums with anti-vax lunatics, and they are not lunatics, but I will get a little emotional and say things, and I always regret it. It tarnishes the brand. You don't want to do it. You want to convince them properly and make your point. And remember, always, you're a doctor, so you want to maintain a certain amount of credibility. So that's an important mistake that I once made and have since not made very often, although I'm always guilty of doing stupid things. Especially making a video called Osama Care. That was dicey. You should check it out. Dicey. Oh, and one story I can tell you, make sure to know who you're targeting with whatever it is you're doing. If you don't know that, you're going to run into some difficulties. For example, I've started to do the speaking circuit type of thing, and it's a lot of fun doing stand-up comedy for medical audiences. It's a freaking blast. The trick is, one of the transplant surgeons at Stanford asked me to do a talk for a surgical society in San Francisco. And he's like, oh, it'll be great. It'll be 40 doctors up in the city. It'll be really nice. So I prepared this talk that really it's quite cynical. It works really well with residents and other medical types, people in my group. It always kills, right? There are bits that just kill. So I went up there. Every single one of these docs was like 90 years old, had hearing aids. I met one of them, and he's like, I hope you don't mind if I walk out of your talk. And I was like, what? Yeah, why wouldn't I mind if you did that? He's like, well, I just had my prostate removed and I'm still having some trouble with urinate. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not going to go well. And lo and behold, it was a unmitigated disaster. Although I have footage of it, and I'm still just waiting for the right time to spring it on the world. But it was awesome, awesome. It was like hearing crickets and with the occasional squeal of the hearing aid. So know who your audience is and try to focus on that, because if you get it wrong, you're in for some unpleasant surprises. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thanks for listening to me, Zubin Damania, ZDoggMD. Come to ZDoggMD.com and check it out. And thanks to FreelanceMD. Take care.